Think the world's all mapped out? Think again. There are still places so remote, so fiercely protected, that outsiders rarely return. These tribes have lived unchanged for millennia, their ways and beliefs utterly alien to us. Entering their territory isn't an adventure, it's a risk to your life. This isn't a travel guide, it's a warning. These are the scariest tribes you do not want to meet. Let's start with the most forbidden, the most isolated and fiercely protected community on our planet, the Sentinelese of North Sentinel Island. Their very existence is a testament to the power of isolation and the will to remain untouched. They are the world's most isolated people, a tribe shrouded in mystery and fiercely protective of their way of life. Untouched by modern civilization, living as their ancestors did generation after generation, for tens of thousands of years. Their roots run deep into the very soil of North Sentinel Island, a history etched in isolation. The Indian government enforces a strict exclusion zone, a boundary that no one is permitted to cross. No one in, no one out. This is a policy designed to protect both the Sentinelese and those who might attempt to contact them. This isn't just to protect them from disease to which they have no immunity, but to protect outsiders, who may not understand the Sentinelese way of life or their fierce determination to remain isolated from their deadly defense. Their bows and arrows are not relics of the past but tools of survival in the present. Every attempt at contact has ended with arrows flying, a clear and unmistakable message. Boats, any vessel that dares to approach their shores is met with hostility. Helicopters, even the skies above North Sentinel Island are not safe from their defense. It doesn't matter. Their message is universal, regardless of the method of approach. To the Sentinelese, outsiders are invaders, a threat to their way of life and the sanctity of their island. They defend their home without hesitation, with a ferocity born of generations of isolation and self-reliance. Even gifts are met with hostility, a rejection of anything and everything from the outside world. Take the coconuts, offered as a gesture of peace, fire arrows and send a clear message, a stark warning etched in the sand: stay away. Their message is simple, direct and unwavering. In 2006, 2 fishermen drifted too close, straying into forbidden waters. They were killed instantly, a tragic reminder of the Sentinelese's unwavering defense of their territory. A helicopter sent to recover their bodies, a mission of mercy turned into a dangerous confrontation, was driven off by arrows. Even in death, the Sentinelese refused to allow intrusion. The most infamous case, a story that captured the world's attention and sparked debate. John Allen Chau, an American missionary in 2018. His story serves as a cautionary tale. He tried to bring Christianity, a mission driven by faith, but ultimately ending in tragedy, ignored all warnings, dismissing the dangers and the established boundaries, and was killed. His death underscored the unwavering resolve of the Sentinelese. The Sentinelese aren't evil. They are not inherently malicious or cruel. They're defending their existence, their culture, their lives, everything they hold dear. They are a living time capsule, a window into a world untouched by modernity, and the price of opening it is death. The cost of intrusion is the ultimate sacrifice. Their isolation is absolute, a self-imposed exile from the rest of humanity. Their hostility legendary. Their reputation precedes them, a warning to all who might consider approaching. No one knows their language, their words remain a mystery, locked away on their island. Their customs, their traditions are secrets, passed down through generations in isolation, or even how many of them there are. Their numbers are unknown, adding to the mystique of the Sentinelese. They want nothing from the outside world, they are self-sufficient, content with what their island provides. No trade, they have no need for our goods or our technology. No dialogue, there is no common ground for conversation or understanding, just solitude. Their isolation is their choice, their sanctuary, their way of life. Their island is their universe, a self-contained world where they are the masters of their own destiny, and they will fight to keep it that way. Their determination is unwavering, their resolve unbreakable. The world watches from a distance, respecting their boundaries and their desire for isolation, respecting their wish to remain untouched. Their island is a testament to the beauty of untouched nature. Any intrusion is met with violence, a swift and decisive response to any perceived threat. And history has proven, time and time again, their actions speak louder than any words. The Sentinelese mean it. Their warnings are not idle threats but a promise of deadly force. Their story is a stark reminder, a lesson in respecting boundaries and the right to self-determination. Some mysteries are best left alone, Some doors are better left unopened, some paths better left untrodden. The Sentinelese are the ultimate guardians of their world, fiercely protecting their way of life from outside influence. To them, we are the threat, a force that could disrupt their way of life and destroy their culture. Their message is clear, unmistakable and unwavering in its intent. Stay away or pay the price. The consequences of intrusion are severe and irreversible. Their isolation is their strength, a shield against the forces of the outside world. And their warning is deadly serious. It is a message that should be heeded by all. No one has ever truly met the Sentinelese in a way that fostered understanding or friendship, and lived to tell the tale. Their island guards its secrets jealously. Their island remains one of the last truly forbidden places on Earth, a testament to the power of isolation and the will to remain apart. The Sentinelese are a people apart, a unique and isolated community unlike any other on Earth, and they intend to stay that way. Their resolve is unwavering, their determination absolute. Approach at your own peril. The risks are immense, the consequences potentially fatal. Some doors are closed for a reason, and the door to North Sentinel Island is one that should remain firmly shut. Deep in the uncharted territories of New Guinea's jungles, where the air hangs thick with humidity and the sounds of unseen creatures echo through the dense foliage, live the Cororowai, an isolated tribe, and the original Treehouse dwellers. Their homes, remarkable feats of indigenous engineering, perch precariously over 100 feet above ground, not for the panoramic view of the surrounding wilderness, but for survival against tribal rivals and the dangers that lurk below. The jungle is their world, a realm they understand intimately, and they master it with both skill and unwavering caution. But what really sets them apart, and what has captured the imagination of the outside world, are the chilling tales of ritual cannibalism, a practice shrouded in mystery and fear. It's not about hunger or sustenance, it's about a brutal form of justice, a way to maintain order in their isolated society. They believe in kakua, malevolent evil spirits that possess living people, bringing sickness and misfortune to the tribe. When someone is accused of being a kakua, after careful deliberation and tribal consensus, the tribe exacts a terrible punishment. They kill and consume them, believing this act will restore balance to their world and protect them from further harm. To outsiders, this practice is undoubtedly terrifying and incomprehensible. To the Cororowai, however, it's a grim necessity, a deeply ingrained part of their cultural and spiritual beliefs. Living in constant fear of these unseen spirits and ever-present rivals, their society is built on a foundation of unwavering vigilance, strict social rules and ancient beliefs passed down through generations. While some members of the tribe have cautiously begun to move to more modern villages, seeking the benefits of the outside world, others still cling fiercely to the old ways, remaining deep within the protective embrace of the forest, far from outside influence. For them, the line between the tangible natural world and the intangible supernatural is razor-thin, blurred by generations of tradition and belief. Their world is one of constant paranoia, deeply ingrained ritual, and a relentless struggle for survival against both physical and spiritual threats. The Corowai's reality is as high, as precarious, and as isolated as their remarkable treetop homes, a testament to their resilience and unique way of life. Outsiders are rarely welcome in this sky-bound, spirit-haunted world, a place where the whispers of the ancestors echo through the trees and the line between life and death is constantly challenged. The Aghori of India aren't hidden by geography but by their radical beliefs. Found near cremation grounds along the Ganges, they seek enlightenment by embracing the forbidden. They meditate on corpses, cover themselves in human ash and use skulls as bowls. Their philosophy: everything is divine, even death and decay. Some even practice ritual cannibalism, consuming flesh from corpses to transcend all taboos. It's not about shock, it's about confronting mortality and breaking every boundary. Their appearance is as extreme as their practices: matted hair, ash-covered bodies, intense stares. Feared by many, revered by some, the Aghori walk the razor's edge between purity and horror. They force us to question our deepest taboos. Encountering an Aghori isn't a physical threat, it's a psychological one. They obliterate the line between sacred and profane. Their world is a confrontation with everything we fear. In the dead of night, their presence is unforgettable. Deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, a world teeming with life and ancient secrets, lies the home of a people unlike any other. The Yanomami, an indigenous group inhabiting the dense jungles straddling the border between Venezuela and Brazil, are known as the Fierce People. This name, given to them by anthropologists, reflects a culture deeply intertwined with conflict and survival. Their lives, from the moment they are born, revolve around warfare. It's a constant presence, shaping their social structure and beliefs. Raids on neighboring villages, internal feuds sparked by accusations of sorcery, and ritual combat to settle disputes are all integral parts of their existence. These conflicts aren't isolated incidents. They are woven into the fabric of daily existence, influencing everything from resource allocation to social standing. Within Yanomami society, status is earned through displays of violence and prowess in combat. It's a demonstration of strength and a claim to power. In this challenging environment, survival depends on strength, both physical and mental, and the ability to defend oneself and one's community. Their shabanos, large communal dwellings constructed from wood and palm leaves, can house hundreds of individuals, representing multiple families and lineages. But even within these seemingly unified communities, alliances are fragile, shifting with the tides of power, and betrayals are common, fueled by suspicion and competition. Conflict isn't just reserved for outsiders or rival tribes, it simmers beneath the surface within their own villages. Villages frequently engage in warfare with each other, often triggered by accusations of theft, disputes over scarce resources, or perceived slights to their honor. The arrival of gold miners, driven by greed and a thirst for riches, brought with it a wave of devastating consequences, including the spread of deadly diseases and horrific massacres of entire communities. These atrocities pushed the Yanomami to the brink of cultural and physical extinction, threatening their very way of life. The infamous Haximu massacre, a particularly brutal event in which miners slaughtered numerous Yanomami people, was eventually declared an act of genocide by international human rights organizations, highlighting the severity of the crimes committed against them. Their shamans, revered figures within the community, wield powerful hallucinogens derived from plants, to battle malevolent spirits believed to cause illness and misfortune, and to heal the sick through traditional rituals and ceremonies. This spiritual realm is deeply intertwined with their physical world, blurring the line between physical and spiritual warfare, where shamans act as both healers and warriors. The Yanomami's reputation for aggression is not simply an inherent trait, but rather a complex response to centuries of invasion, exploitation, and violence inflicted upon them by outsiders. Outsiders, particularly those who encroach upon their territory or threaten their way of life, are met with deep suspicion and distrust, and sometimes outright hostility, as they fiercely defend their land and their culture from external threats. Their world is one of constant struggle, a battle for survival against the harsh realities of the Amazon rainforest, against neighboring tribes vying for resources, and against the relentless encroachment of the modern world, threatening to consume their ancestral lands. In this context, fierceness is not simply a choice, but a necessary tool for survival, a shield against the forces that seek to destroy them. The Yanomami fight not just for their physical survival, but for the preservation of their unique culture, their traditions, and their way of life, which are inextricably linked to their ancestral lands. Entering their territory, whether intentionally or unintentionally, is a gamble with exceptionally high stakes, a decision that could have dire consequences. They are warriors, protectors of their land and their people, and their world, a world forged in the crucible of conflict and resilience, is most certainly not for the faint-hearted. In Ethiopia's Omo Valley, the Mursi are instantly recognizable by the massive clay plates worn by women. These lip plates are symbols of beauty, identity, and family honor. But the men are even more formidable, warriors who defend their cattle and land with deadly force. Stick-fighting duels called donga are brutal rites of passage, where prestige is won through pain. Modern weapons have made their conflicts even more dangerous. Outsiders are often met with suspicion, sometimes aggression. Tourism has brought money, but also tension and hostility. The Mursi value strength above all else. Weakness is not tolerated. Their traditions are ancient, their pride unyielding. In Mursi territory, respect is earned, not given. Their world is a volatile mix of ritual, violence, and rapid change. Approach without understanding, and you risk more than just a cold welcome. Here, strength is the only language that matters. In the mangrove swamps of New Guinea, the Asmat were once the most feared headhunters and cannibals in Melanesia. Headhunting was sacred, a way to avenge the dead and restore cosmic balance. Skulls were trophies, sources of spiritual power, and even used as pillows. Cannibalism was part of the ritual, believed to absorb the enemy's strength. The cycle of violence was endless. Every death demanded another. Michael Rockefeller's disappearance in 1961 is shrouded in rumors of Asmat revenge. Outsiders were targets not for who they were, but for what they represented. While headhunting has been suppressed, the Asmat's fierce reputation endures. Their art is powerful, their history dark. The spirits of the dead are never far in these swamps. The Asmat world is one where violence and the supernatural intertwine. Entering their territory is to step into a living legend of fear. Some histories are written in blood. In Ecuador's jungles, the Huaroni, once called savages, were legendary for their violence. Masters of the rainforest, they defended their land with deadly spears and absolute ferocity. Outsiders were seen as threats, and the response was swift and lethal. Internal feuds were just as deadly. Half of all deaths were once homicides. The 1956 killing of 5 missionaries shocked the world, but was rooted in fear and misunderstanding. Some Huaroni have since made peace, but uncontacted groups still live by the old rules. They attack loggers and oil workers who trespass, defending their world at all costs. Their isolation is a shield, their violence a warning. The jungle is their fortress, and they are its guardians. To them, outsiders are invaders, not guests. Their world is closed, their rules absolute. The spear is still king in Huaroni territory. Some places are meant to remain wild. These tribes aren't monsters, they're survivors shaped by harsh lands and harsher histories. Their violence is a shield against a world that threatens their existence. They remind us that not all mysteries should be solved, not all doors opened. Their right to live undisturbed is a matter of dignity. Respect their isolation for their safety, and ours. The world is wilder than we imagine, and some stories are best left untold. Would you dare to visit any of these tribes? Let us know in the comments.